The picture has changed dramatically in the United States since Friday night as more state and local public health labs have been able to perform tests for the novel coronavirus. We went from one case of suspected community transmission confirmed Wednesday of last week in California to now at least 7, including the country's first death, a man in his 50s in Washington state. New cases being reported in California, Oregon, Washington state, Rhode Island, and Illinois over the weekend. Some were travelers back from affected countries, including South Korea and Italy, and others are connected to known cases. But the rest are raising alarm about how widespread the disease here may now be. A nursing care center in Kirkland, Washington, near Seattle, has 2 confirmed cases, 1 resident and 1 healthcare worker. There are also more than 50 people under investigation there who have shown symptoms. And just about an hour ago, California health officials confirmed 2 cases among healthcare workers who treated that initial patient last week. A study of 2 cases detected almost 6 weeks apart in Snohomish County, Washington, suggests the virus may have been spreading through the community for that whole period of time, and that anywhere from 150 to 1,500 people may have been infected there. Meanwhile, outside the U.S., case numbers are mounting even more quickly. In Italy, they rose by 50% today to almost 1,700, the most of any country outside Asia. The number of cases in Germany doubled to 129. Scotland and the Dominican Republic reported their first cases. In South Korea and Iran, also among the hardest hit countries, case counts continued their rise as well. Scott.
All right, Meg, thank you. A busy weekend in Washington, D.C. as officials prepare for the worst.
We also have new reporting tonight on a meeting of pharmaceutical executives at the White House. Eamon Javers is in Washington. Eamon.
Yeah, Kelly, that's right. I'll get to that in a second. But just within the past few minutes now, we've gotten some new information from the vice president's office. Remember, he's heading up the virus task force now. They say that the vice president had a meeting on this at the White House today at 4 p.m. A couple of tidbits from this that are important. One is the FDA commissioner told the commission that there are no additional drug shortages beyond what was reported last week. And they say only 20 drugs, they say, are sole sourced from China. So a reminder there in terms of the drug capacity in this country. Also, they're saying that they're preparing assistance to state and local communities by the CDC, and they're preparing measures now for screening outbound passengers from Italy, South Korea, Iran, and China. So all that taking place in the vice president's 4 p.m. meeting today on this subject. This follows yesterday's announcement by the vice president of additional travel concerns. Here's what he said.
The president today has authorized the State Department to increase the travel advisory for Americans to level 4. We are urging Americans to not travel to the areas in Italy and the areas in South Korea that are most affected by the coronavirus.
And we are expecting that pharmaceutical CEO event at the White House tomorrow. Just within the past couple of minutes, getting new details on that as well from a senior administration official who tells me that event will take place at 3:15 p.m. tomorrow. About 8 CEOs will participate in it. They say the purpose is to pursue progress on vaccination. So the idea here is that the president, by bringing all these pharmaceutical CEOs together at the White House, can get their heads together on this problem and sort of urge the entire industry to really focus here, and he can get the latest information from them on how soon they think they might have a vaccine, guys. Back over to you.
Okay, Eamon, stay right there because Meg Tirrell has also done some reporting, Meg, on this pharma meeting tomorrow. And what have you found?
Yeah, so we were starting to find out who some of those 8 are, and I actually didn't even know that there were 8, so that's great reporting, Eamon. So far, we've heard about 4 companies that are going. We know that Sanofi Pasteur's head of research, Dr. John Shiver, is going to be there. Johnson & Johnson's head of research, Dr. Paul Stoffels, will be there. Moderna, that's a smaller biotech that has been partnering with the U.S. government in developing a vaccine and seems to be in the lead. Their CEO, Stefan Bancel, is going to be there. And I also just learned that Pfizer is going to be there, guys. We don't know who from Pfizer yet, and it's interesting because that is one company that has not announced that they are working in this space. So perhaps the White House is trying to reach out to companies more broadly to try to see what kind of response there can be.
Important that they're getting such a big collection together. I know you'll be all over that as well.